On today's episode, we discuss our favorite World War II movies. He's Jay. I'm Alan. That's Ben.
Three bros with three opinions, all about movies.
I'm not saying another word to like or subscribe.
Let's go.
Okay, so there's a lot of war movies out there, and a lot of them are good. We decided to focus in on World War II because we think that the World War II movies are
Dubs.
the best. World War Dubs. It has the best made movies that there possibly could be.
I'm going to go first.
We won that one, by the way.
I'm going to cut you off. Yeah, 2-0. I'm going to cut you off. So my favorite WW2 movie, Inglourious Bastards.
I didn't think you would say that.
Written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Budget of $70 million, made $320 in the box office. Came out in 2009. Fun fact though, it was written in '98, but he couldn't get the ending right, so he put it on the back burner. Directed Kill Bill, and then he went on and finished.
It's a big old gap.
Big gap, but I think it came out fantastic.
Thick of a gap.
So real quick synopsis: Brad Pitt plays a lieutenant named Aldo, and his job is killing Nazis.
I'm putting together a special team. We're going to be doing one thing and one thing only. Killing Nazis.
He speaks great Italian, too.
He knows one word.
Yeah.
I love that scene where he's it's him and two guys like...
0023 0024 non sarà troppo difficile di trovare. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Arrivederci. Arrivederci.
He's like, I speak the best. I speak the most. I'll accompany you.
Yeah.
And the third guy's like, he speaks the third most. He's like, I speak none. He's like, exactly. Third most.
He's like, that's what I said. Third most.
So his whole job is to go on a Nazi or go into France and pose as civilians and pretty much kill Nazis.
Yeah.
And he has a gang of his Jewish American soldiers, and that's pretty much their whole objective is. So they find out there's going to be a big Nazi meeting with officers at a movie premiere, and he goes in with his group and pretty much tries to sabotage the movie by suicide bombing him and his whole squad.
So before we go on, it's very safe to say that this is not a very historically accurate film.
No, definitely not.
This is more of a satire.
Oh yeah,
and just throw it out there.
Entertainment. Because in the spoiler in the movie, they end up killing Hitler while he's at the premiere.
And that's not what happened.
No, it's not.
No.
And he wasn't accompanied by Ava Brown. But that's not what happened.
Yeah, my favorite part about this movie is the fact that the two of us who work together, it's got our work motto in it.
Yeah.
Let me guess the ending.
Well, more like shootout. I've been shootout before.
Scalp Herman.
Where are you mad? What have you done? I made a deal with you, General, for that man's life.
Yeah, they made that deal, but they don't give a fuck about him. They need you.
You'll be shot for this?
Nah, I don't think so. More like chewed out. I've been chewed out before.
Yeah, that's it.
That's actually my favorite
that's
part
the motto of our work. I've been chewed out before.
Yeah, you get
no big
chewed out
deal.
a lot.
MBD.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's not like a historically accurate movie. It's not like what.
It's not.
I'm sure it's not what anybody was expecting to hear when they watched this.
No.
But it's still a great movie.
That is. I would say. I'll say my J absolutely am, but yeah, great movie.
All right, and then Jay, what you got?
I got everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
This should be both of your favorites, but for some reason it's not.
No, it is.
I figured you'd pick it, so I won't.
It is, so we let you have it.
Okay, so 98 comes around. Steven Spielberg, Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
Love that.
What a good movie. It's great. It's actually, if you want a war movie, Steven Spielberg can do a war movie, especially a World War II movie. So after they storm the beach of Normandy, Tom Hanks, Captain Miller, storm the beach of Normandy. They give him another tough task, and that's to find Private Ryan, who his other three brothers had been killed in action, so they don't want the bloodline to So
go kaput.
Yep, you got to go find them. So they have to go through, the back channels and stuff, and go find Private Ryan, who was a paratrooper, I think, and he was during World War II, their drop points were all messed up, and so they had no idea where he was. So they had to go through all these different places to find him, and pretty much tried to get him out of there. And then once they found him, he didn't want to leave his post because it was like the last stronghold of like a bridge that they were occupying. And basically, yeah, you know, you've seen it.
Of course,
Everybody pretty much gets wiped out, but they do save Private Ryan.
What's your favorite part of the movie, though?
My favorite part?
My favorite part of the movie is Dominic Toretto.
Oh, Toretto's great in it.
Yeah,
but
come on, bro.
It's kind of like a weird. My favorite part's kind of like a weird part. It was where one of his soldiers and one of the German soldiers, they both pull up the rifles on each other, and they both hear a click. So like they both, so they're like, what do we do? And they both just like throw their helmets at each other.
Yep.
For me, that was like, I like laughed at that. And they were just like, they had nothing else. They were screwed, and then they pulled their sidearms, and the American guy shot him. But it was just like
the sticky bombs.
he was just like, what do we do? He's like, there's a weapon, a helmet, just use
all
it.
of Opham's development.
Yeah, I hated him.
Well, of course, you were supposed to.
He honestly, it's my favorite war movie, but he ruins. Like
I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
He's there just to do that. Yeah. They put him in there to get under your skin.
Let me tell you, did a great job.
Yeah, I was gonna say it worked.
Yeah,
I love when Tom Hanks is sitting there and the tanks come in and he takes out his gun or his pistol.
Oh yeah.
And he starts shooting it and it blows up.
You know who shot Tom Hanks, right?
No, who was it?
He's the guy that they let go.
You're right. In the
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should have done that.
Comes back to haunt you.
Should have done that.
I mean, if anybody hasn't seen Saving Private Ryan, there's something wrong with you. And it is the greatest.
Matt Damon, Tom Hanks. You got
Dominic Toretto.
Yeah, Vin Diesel.
Dominic Toretto. Let's call him by his real name. His real name. Let's call him by his real name, Dom.
Yeah, he is Dom. He had like cut off sleeves during the movie.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
I think he drove a car in the movie too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of
Veal side on the back.
Speaking of an Opham.
Yeah.
My movie stars an Opham of its own.
Okay.
I picked a more recent movie, 2014, Fury.
That's a great movie. I love that movie.
It is a great movie.
Curveball. Didn't see that one coming out here.
Well,
Michael
yes,
Pena.
You did.
No,
yes, you did. It's
Michael
a David
Pena.
Ayer movie. Of course, I picked it.
Wow, yeah, I know.
Of course, I picked it. It's David Ayer, bro.
Another good Shia LaBeouf movie.
I like Shia LaBeouf, but who's it got?
Pulled out his own tooth.
It's got Achilles himself. It
does.
Bradley Pitts.
Good old Brad. Yep.
Bradley Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
John Bernthal, though.
Yeah, John Bernthal. Punisher's in this.
Let me tell you something.
Tight. Michael Pena.
His character in this movie, though, was kind of like...
I didn't like his character.
Well, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
He was like a badass, but he was like a kind of a bad guy.
Yeah, he was a bad guy playing a badass.
Yeah.
But a real funny guy, Michael Pena, was in this, and he did a good job.
I liked him.
He was the tank driver.
It was
so Fury.
Had a lot of good. I'll say it had a star-studded cast.
Oh yeah, it did. It did. So Fury
takes
place. So Fury takes place in 1945, and they're making their final push.
I didn't think I had to go through the years on mine. I think people kind of knew, but I guess
since we said World War II, I feel like it's just 41 to 45, and
all right. Yeah, mine was in 1976.
Okay,
when they're storming the beach in Normandy.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're rolling around in a Sherman tank.
Yeah,
and a Sherman tank is a lighter, not so heavily armored tank. It's kind of vulnerable.
Just did like a juice cleanse.
But it's more,
this tank did a little juice cleanse.
It's not as thick.
It's not a thickie. It's definitely not a thickie. And this tank crew has been together for a long, long time.
I started this war killing Germans in Africa. Now I'm killing Germans in Germany. Been with these fine gentlemen for years.
They know each other inside and out. They're rock stars inside their machine. They know what they're doing. But then their second gunner gets killed. Mm-hmm. And then he gets replaced by Norm. And Norm is played by Logan Learman. I couldn't think of his last name. Learman. And he in this movie is the Opham of Fury.
I'm your new assistant driver.
Tank school? That's home.
I've never even seen the inside of a tank.
You will.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to kill anybody.
He struggles
with
fit in.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't fit in at all. He was like a journalist or something with the military before he got stuck here.
Yeah.
These little pipsqueak dudes.
Yeah,
always
like
little
pipsqueak. Yeah. He's the Opham. And this movie, they get bogged down a couple times because of his failure to act. He doesn't make a few kills that he should have killed, and the team inside the tank has a real big issue with him. And it's just a real niche down war movie. That's why I like it. It's not just like a big grandiose war movie. It's focused in, dialed in just on these tanks. And it's a very short period of time that this movie takes place. it's just a couple of days. It's not like this big grandiose thing. It doesn't show the whole war.
Yeah.
It's just a couple days of them getting this new gunner for themselves, going out on a mission, then kind of getting stuck somewhere in the middle of Germany. Then they find these women inside this house and they kind of bond with them. And Norm, he kind of bonds with them really well. And then
one specific one.
Yeah, one specific one.
Finds
But then they
himself a
get
little
called away.
girlfriend, huh?
Yeah, they get called
Didn't last
away.
long, though.
Nope.
They get called away to a mission that's basically where they end up Dunsky.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in
Final mission.
Yeah, in this mission, they go up against a German Tiger tank. A Tiger tank is much heavier, much more armored.
That was the tank of World War II.
Yeah,
It was the Cadillac of tanks in World War II.
Yeah, you're gonna get your butt kicked.
Yeah.
But somehow they find a way to beat it. They get around behind it and they blow out the thinner armor in the back. But then after that, they get taken out by a landmine.
Yep.
And then they're kind of stuck. They're stranded.
Right, when their tracks blows up and they can't move anywhere, and
Right.
they have no tools to repair it.
Right. So Brad Pitt, who's the leader of this group, sends out Norm to go do some scouting. Norm runs over a couple hills and sees a whole big old SS group coming.
Yeah.
And
Whole
he
other
runs
company.
back- he runs back, tells Brad Pitt what's going on, and the whole crew kind of wants to run away. And then Brad rallies them and is like, "Nah, we ain't doing that."
Because they could have. They could have easily gotten
made
away.
They could have made it.
Yeah.
But Brad's like,
and
"Nah."
he's like, nope, this is my tank. I'm like staying here with it.
right.
It's kind of
And
Cool.
it kind of leads to all their deaths except for Norm. Norm lives.
He escapes on the hatch down below.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, then the one guy sees him too, and just like lets
Doesn't
him
do anything.
roll.
Doesn't
He
do
was like,
anything,
okay, whatever.
Yeah. But my favorite part about this movie is not necessarily the movie itself. It's the way that it came together. So David Ayer, one of my favorite directors, we all know this. We've already said this in numerous videos. He made them attend a boot camp with Navy SEALs, and Navy SEALs ran them ragged. And
I like when stuff like that happens.
That
Yeah.
I didn't know actually.
yeah, so they ran them ragged. And he made them eat, sleep, and the other S inside the tank for weeks at a time before this movie even started going. And he wanted them to be run down before this started happening. And like there was people that were spotting Brad Pitt driving the tank through the British countryside for training
really?
and stuff. Yeah, it's
That's
really
pretty
funny.
cool. Actually.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
I just like the way that this came about, and Brad Pitt really nailed this role. It's probably one of his best roles he's
Normally
ever
does
done.
though.
Yeah.
He normally knows.
He normally nails it, but he really nailed this. I mean, he really nailed this.
So-
And Shia LaBeouf for this movie, he went to the extra length of scarring his own face to make himself look more like a badass.
Got his tooth out too.
Yeah, he ripped his tooth out. We've mentioned that in a previous video. So it's just a really cool movie.
All right,
Well-
so you went last. Was like, what do you give it?
9.
9.
It's a 10. It's 10 for me.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan's a 10 for me.
I'm gonna go with 10 for Glorious Bastards too. I love it.
Really? That good?
I love it.
All right, so here's a question for both of you. If we're talking World War II movies, now this isn't a movie, but the series Band of Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
10.
better than any of?
It's better than all of these.
It's better than all.
It's
these
better than
combined.
all of
That's-
these because,
I think-
because they had the time to actually
Yeah.
stretch it out and
So
show you.
with me, I feel like it's 100 times better. I feel like it's almost like a 12-hour movie
yeah.
It's so
oh,
good,
it's
though.
great.
because it's that good.
So if you could pick one runner-up, what would it be?
Like movie wise.
Yeah, one runner-up movie.
Movie wise.
571.
Yeah, probably U571.
I thought so.
I like that.
Enemy at the Gates.
yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Enemy at the Gates.
U571. I
Great
think
movie.
is
Sniper movie.
awesome. And
Enemy at the Gates
U571.
is
U571's a true story.
That's
too.
why I like
So,
Enemy at the Gates. It was
that's
it was
why-
like it was two snipers, different perspective.
Yeah, and it was kind of
That
like
was
Fury.
also
It was really
different.
niched down. It was
Yeah.
focused on one aspect of it,
Mhm.
not the whole thing.
I love when the other guys trying to make the jump and just.
Yeah, I think they need to keep making these movies though, because I never
yeah.
get bored with World War
Oh,
II.
they're
movies.
all
World War
good.
II
Yeah.
stuff is
Yeah.
always so fascinating to me. I always
Yeah, it is. It's great.
Definitely.
All right.
watch it.
All right.
All right, till next time.
We're out.